Good morning, English 11. It is Miss Fedino, and today I am going to give you directions on what you need to do for our comprehension checkup for our next section of Beowulf, which is called the battle with Grendel. So this is one of the first major battles that Beowulf goes on to test if he is your ultimate epic hero. And we remember that Grendel is the monster that is destroying, killing, and brutalizing the Danes. So Beowulf was called from the land of the Geats to come and try to battle this monster. So instead of popcorn reading and answering discussion questions aloud, today's task and throughout the week, I'm going to ask you to complete this almost like a scavenger hunt presentation where you will be asked 9 questions on Beowulf, and you'll have to go through and figure out the answers based on what you read in the text. So I used my phone to screenshot the sections, so it broke up the sections a little bit for you, and then I ask you to do different tasks based on the section that you've read. So this is what it looks like when I click present. We've got some really cool theme music here. But when we're looking at it, our objectives for the class are to simply demonstrate our understanding of what's going on in the story. So like looking at plot structure, background information, rising action, climax, and of course what's the conclusion of that battle. You'll identify and define character traits of Beowulf and Grendel. You will analyze the main idea, the climax of the story, and deal with a question that has to do with symbolism. And then finally, you're going to provide a personal reaction to the reading. So when you are ready, you are going to click Start, and it's going to bring you to this question toolbar. Each link here, each symbol, whether it is a warrior or a page of Beowulf itself, will lead you to a different question. If you do not want the story to be broken up into parts, you are going to use that book, and that book will lead you right to the PDF that we've been using for the past couple weeks. So you're just going to have to find the next section, which is the battle with Grendel. Okay, so just kind of think back to what you've done the week before. If you are unsure of what you are reading and you're really struggling to get through the text because it's new and maybe I'm not here to guide you as much, there is a link that will lead you to all different pieces of information. So for example, SparkNotes is one, there's a YouTube video with a plot summary as another, and then there's a beginner's guide for Beowulf. That's on the very last slide. So you can go, if you scroll right down to slide number 12, you'll have those features. So let me show you a few things of what these questions look like and how to get back to this main page. Okay, if you're listening right now, that means you clicked on Beowulf himself. Okay, and now you'll see me talking and going through directions as you should. And I'll explain this obviously when we're in class. So hi everybody. If you go through question number 1, it's a what do you already know? What do you wonder, and what have you learned? Okay, you've filled these charts for years, I'm sure. So this is pretty self-explanatory. So basically, what do you know about the topic so far? So what have we read that you already know about? What are you wondering about as we read this section next? And then after you have completed the reading and those questions, please put what you have learned. When you're ready to go back to the home page, all you have to do is click on the shield. That'll take you to question number 2. So as you can see, I screenshot the text for you, and then I tell you what to do with the text by side. So you can look and answer side by side without going back and forth from like the PDF to the question. It's already laid out for you. So this question, we're obviously talking about characterization of Grendel, and then in one sentence, can you kind of sum up what is happening here? This question, you're going to create notes that talk about the plot of what's going to happen next. Okay, this is the actual battle between Beowulf and Grendel, and also Beowulf's warriors and Grendel. In this section, we talk about foreshadowing and what do we mean by fate. Okay, so I give you a definition, and then we're looking at those 2 highlighted lines. In this section, we're talking about heroic traits, so going back to characterization. In this section, we're looking at Beowulf's perspective on Grendel, So list what he may be feeling considering his perspective on Grendel. As many things as you can think of. I'm trying to be Grendel in the bottom corner, as you can tell. Okay, why does Beowulf hang Grendel's arm in the rafters of Heorot Hall? How is this symbolic to the battle? So you'll only know that by reading, and that's going to be on the slide before. And then the next two is your plot chart for the Battle of Grendel. So you've just read that whole section. How can you break that up in a plot chart? And I give you the definition for each one. Okay, you can also move things around if you can't see. And then finally, there's an extra credit question on Grendel being a monster, and talking about the monsters in like your life, and or how you try to conquer them and plan them for your plan for success. Okay, and to earn extra credit, it must be at least 5 sentences. So your objective is to do all 8 of these activities within the week. So after I explain this on Monday, which you'll kind of get a repeat of what's going on, we'll do this again. And as easy as starting with going back to the shield. Like I said, you can access the text with the moving book. You can also find help in the questions. I give you a SparkNote summary, a video summary, and also a beginner guide to Beowulf. Okay? So after this lesson, you should know what happens after the first battle between Beowulf and Grendel. If you have any questions as we're going through this, obviously you know my office hours are 1:15 to 2:15, Monday through Friday. So if you have any questions, you can totally email me and I can help you out. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say for now. Good luck, and I'll see you in class.